I'm gonna be showing you the fastest way to earn money on Grow a Garden. Let's get right into this. So first off, with many people's gardens, what they do is they just wait for everything to grow, they collect it, and then they instantly sell it. But that's actually not what we want to do. I mean, what we can do is we can just grab everything and we can keep selling it until we get sprinklers. Because what sprinklers do is they actually increase mutations at your garden. So if you want, you can get basically a sprinkler. I highly recommend the master one. So if you can't get this, it's fine, but try to get like the best sprinkler that you can. And I mean, if you can get small ones, then I would recommend multiple of them just so they can cover a bigger area. So we want some of those. Also, I do recommend lightning rods. They are optional, but they will just speed up the process. So if you can get those, then I recommend doing that. But anyway, what we want to do is we want to go to our garden. Also, I'm not going to be talking too much about seeds in this video, just because of course, like the better seeds you have, the more money you're going to get. So if you go over to the seeds, of course you want to get the ones closer to the bottom, like down here, just because they're going to sell for more money. Anyway, let's go and grab some bamboo seeds. But what we want to do is first off, let's just clear out our garden. Let's clear it out of all these small fruit because we want to regrow everything, but we want to regrow it once we have these sprinklers down, just so we'll have the mutations whenever it grows. But anyway, I think we gathered pretty much everything. So what we want to do is let's grab the master sprinkler and let's place it down right in the middle. And let's also place down another one on this side as well. You want it to cover most of your crops, especially the better ones. Like, of course, we can't really fit all of them in there, but we want it to cover our best crops, just so then those crops get the mutations. But anyway, now these things should grow larger, such as this chili pepper. As we can see, it's already growing bigger, and these things last 10 minutes. And as we can see next to each one, I do also have a lightning rod in case it storms, because whenever a lightning storm happens, if a lightning bolt hits this, it can actually shock the fruit, and if the fruit is shocked, then it becomes worth a lot more. Of course, it can become shocked if you don't have this, but this just like increases the chances. So if you go and take a look at it, that is the area. But anyway, as we're looking around, as we can see, our fruit is growing much larger, but we actually don't want to harvest this just yet. If you want to, you can, such as if it's fast growing fruit, such as like these chili peppers and this corn, then we can harvest it and we can keep selling it. But what we want to do is we want to wait for the fruit to get really big. That's actually why we place it down, because we want big fruit, and then we're just not going to touch it. Because before we sell this fruit, we actually wanted to get a few enchants on it, such as this fruit right here. So as we can see, this is a dragon fruit, and it is a massive one, and it has the wet and rainbow enchant on it. And basically we get those by raining, and then we also just got lucky with it being rainbow. But if we go over to this dude over here, we can actually talk to him, and we can see how much it's worth. And as we can see, it's worth over 50 million, and that is why we want to wait. If you want to, you can go through and you can harvest these small fruit, such as these eggs right here. These aren't big enough, so we can just go and harvest them, and hopefully they'll grow back bigger. But anyway, you want the fruit to be really big, such as this Venus flytrap right there. That's what the little blue thing is. And also this terrain, that is actually perfect, because the bigger the fruit is, the more it's worth, and that means the multipliers, such as the wet, shocked, and rainbow multipliers, are going to be a lot more beneficial. Also, I forgot to mention, you of course want some pets in here. So for pets, usually like the rarer the pet is, the better it is, such as this dragonfly right here. So this is like the rarest pet, and if you go ahead and look at it, about every 5 minutes it turns one random fruit golden, which I think it actually just turned this chili pepper golden. Yeah, every 5 minutes it turns one thing golden, and then eventually, if we wait long enough, it should turn our whole garden golden. We mainly just want to wait for at least one weather event to happen. I'll probably wait for at least 2, because we can get shocked and frozen, and maybe even wet. So we want a lightning storm to happen, and hopefully it can shock the fruit, and then hopefully like a blizzard can happen, so it can go ahead and freeze that as well. Also, I do recommend being in a private server. Private servers are free, by the way, so they cost no Robux, and it basically just stops people from stealing your fruit. And dang, look at that. That is gonna be worth a lot once it gets shocked. But yeah, basically people can steal your fruit. It does cost them Robux. Like, it costs like 40 Robux to steal someone's fruit, but if they see a fruit that's gonna be worth a lot, then they can walk up to it, pay like the 40 Robux to steal it, and then you lose that fruit. So that's why I recommend being in a private server, just so no one does that. Also, once again, for the pets, make sure you have at least 3 of them down, because that is the max that you can play. So I got a dragonfly and then 2 praying mantises. But anyway, now that our fruit is like fully grown and everything, what we want to do is we just want to wait for some weather events to happen. It's now been a while, and as we can see, a thunderstorm is happening, and if we go and take a look at it, some of our fruit is turning returning shocks such as this Easter egg right here, and that is because these lightning poles such as this one are actually redirecting it. And hold up, look at that dragon fruit. That thing is massive and it's also rainbow, and hopefully this lightning rod right here can redirect the lightning, so then it makes that shocked and rainbow. But anyways, not a guaranteed chance that the lightning will strike the lightning rod, but it just increases the chances. It's now been about 5 hours and we gave it a lot of time, probably too much time, but anyway, look at this stuff. Also, this is one of the reasons why we are in a private server right now, just because if we were in a public server, someone could go up and steal that fruit. I don't even know what fruit that is, but we'll just have to figure it out. Anyway, I hope this fruit is shocked as well, or I hope at least some of it is. But anyway, let's just start collecting it and let's see how much money we can get from this. And there we go. I think we just collected the giant thing, and I think it was actually a coconut. So we have a giant coconut, and never mind, I think it was actually the lotus right here. Which, is this even frozen? And I'm not sure if it is. It doesn't say frozen, but it does have the little ice cube. But anyway, I think it was the coconut right here that was giant. But anyway, a lot of this other stuff is frozen as well. So we got frozen, wet, and hopefully some of it towards the middle is shocked. But I mean, there's only one way to find out. And our backpack is already full. There is still a lot more fruit that we have to collect. But anyway, I did get my old count to join just so we get the 10% friend boost. Anyway, let's go over here and let's sell it, and let's hope we get a lot. So we have all this fruit. It's all like frozen and wet, and we also have frozen and gold and all that stuff as well. But anyway, let's click sell our inventory and let's see how much money we can get. In $3 billion just from that one. Let's go back to our garden because we still have a lot more to collect, because look at all this frozen stuff that we can still sell. And our backpack is now full again, so let's teleport over here and let's see how much this one sells for now. So hopefully we get a lot, and I'll get $500,000. I'll take it because we did sell our most valuable fruit at the front. But anyway, that is crazy though. So just from that one complete harvest, we earned $4 billion, which is absolutely crazy. But anyway, that is the best way to get money and grow a garden though. So basically, grow your fruit as big as possible, which I recommend checking out the video that I will post later today, where I show y'all how to make y'all's fruit extremely big, like even bigger than I showed y'all at the beginning of the video with just the master sprinkler. There's actually a way to make them even bigger, so make sure to subscribe because I'll upload that video later. And then basically just wait for weather events to happen. I don't know why we got so unlucky, but sadly like no thunderstorms happened. I mean, some did happen, but none of our fruit got shocked for some reason, and I have no idea why. But anyway, just grow your fruit super big and then just go like AFK overnight and stuff, so then weather events can happen and then all your fruit will just be extremely good. But anyway, that's gonna be all for this video though, so make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I will see you all in the next video.